we are entering into an employment agreement today. Okay, you are going to be I have a company, XYZ company. You applied for a job. Now I have taken your interview and I am going to hire you. In the employment agreement, one of the standard yes, I'll explain waiver, don't worry. One of the standard clauses that we will be using is the non-compete and the non-solicit. These are more or less on similar lines. The only difference lies is that non-compete clause will prohibit you as an employee. Suppose I am in the business of sales. Okay? I am XYZ company. I am in the business of sales. Fine. There are 20 other companies in my same area field. It's just a hypothetical number I'm using as an example. Okay. Non-compete clause will basically prohibit you to go into direct competition with a competitor, like basically directly compete with me when it comes to other competitors in the market, like basically people who are in the similar business. Okay. And non-solicit is it is a prohibition. Both are basically negative covenants or limit. Both acts as basically limitations on you. Solicitation will not be allowed. Solicitation will not be allowed means at the end, when you are leaving my company, suppose after 6 months you leave, for a very specific period, you will not be able to solicit my employees. Suppose you had co-workers, a lot of 10 people were your co-workers, you will not be able to solicit my employees to join a similarly placed business. Now, non-compete, non-solicit clauses, there's a very interesting gray area regarding these two clauses in India. Okay, do research upon it. Some cases it has been held that non-compete and non-solicit clauses are basically in restraint of trade. That is, it is hit by section 27 of the Indian Contract Act. Why it has been held is because I'll tell you, at the end of the day, these clauses can be enforced only when both the parties are very clear and they are agreed to this. So you have to agree. It's standard employment contracts all have this, and in practice it is utilized. But at the end of the day, when you're signing the agreement, you have to agree that okay. And both of these are basically used as survival clauses. So for example, it survives the termination of the agreement. So today, if I terminate the agreement, the non-compete and the non-solicit clause may have effect up to 1 year or 2 years, whatever we decide among ourselves. Section 27, Ashima. Section 27 of the Indian Contract Act. You can go home and read. It's a kind of a homework I'm giving you. Read the interplay between non-compete, non-solicit and Section 27. Read the case law. Okay. So basically, first of all, for the enforceability of these clauses, both parties have to be very clear on the agreement. And second point that you have to remember is generally these clauses survive the termination of the agreement. So today, if I terminate, generally, obviously, I don't want to see. The primary reason is that when you're joining a company or anything, any transaction is happening between you and me, there will be certain confidential information that we will be sharing, right? So the purpose of non-compete and non-solicit clause is very simple: not to use my trade secrets, no confidential information, and go and tell it or go and disclose it directly to a competitor once you leave or once the agreement is terminated. So it takes, we just keep it basically in check for a while. Forever, I cannot tell you that, okay, keep the information confidential, don't go into a similarly placed business, don't solicit my employees. I cannot put this check on you forever, but for a specified period of time, these clauses act, and generally these are very much in practice and both parties generally consent to. There is no dispute when it comes to income. But read how and in what circumstances Section 27 will be attracted when it comes to non-compete and non-solicit clauses. It's a very interesting read.